can hardly see it in 4FPH this morning, although it was there earlier on. So I don't think it is cross-modulation purely at the 4FPH side, but it's surprising how many people don't hear it. And I certainly can't hear it from 11:55 this morning. But when I was out last week, it was completely colossal signal. Okay, on the vibrator, used to have them in, didn't they? And you turned them on and the whole car used to start buzzing. It could have been quite pleasant, but very, very heavy on current, and if you parked up for a bit of moonlight canoodling, you could end up with a flat battery by the time you finished. They had a downside to them, but I remember certainly the first car radio I had in my Ford Consul with a bench seat at the front. I did exactly that. I was sat listening to Radio Luxembourg and come to start the car, the battery was flat. So that was a bit of an issue. Anyway, we resolved it. Dave, interestingly, you were 5 and 9 into the 4FPH site on your last over. Couldn't hear you very well direct, but certainly you were getting into the 4FPH set very nice. And you were saying it was nice, easy copy as well, so you're certainly getting up there. And putting the whip. Actually, is the old photograph. When I first put it on, Paul made the loading coil and turned the bushes at the end and made a superb job of it. But if you look carefully at the whip, you'll see that the bottom end had about an inch of whip into the base, and it stress fractured and ended up somewhere on the middle of the M62 motorway, I think. To make a number 2 version where the base was actually part of the lower turning, and he made a superb job of it. So it is slightly different to that, but if you took a quick glance at either, you'd not notice the difference, Colin. But we're on to the Mark II. But those are the photos I took of it when I first installed it, and I think I sent you the converter photographs before, Colin, looking at the emails. But that was the inside of it, 3 little bits really, the RF amp, the mixer and the oscillator board, and works extremely well. Very, very pleased with it. Right, gentlemen, I'm going to bid you all a very good morning. I've got quite a busy day today, and I must press on. It's a beautiful day, Keith. If you're going out for a walk, take your camera with you. On these sort of mornings, I think some of the nicest shots are to be seen. When I drive back from my good ladies, I pass over a river just close to Ferrybridge Power Station, and it's often completely covered in mist. And of course on the motorway it's difficult to stop and take photographs of it, but I've seen some absolutely stunning photographs at this time of year with conditions like this. And people send, we have a local weatherman on Yorkshire TV or the BBC North, and people send photographs of him, Paul the weatherman, and they get some stunning photographs, but most of them are at this time in the morning. I noticed my neighbour's roof just popped out, and still got frost on it on the northerly facing side, so it's still very cold out there, but not a lot of it apparent elsewhere. So I think there's some absolutely superb photographs at this time of the year to be taken, so take your little camera with you and get some of these stunning shots. 7-3s, thanks very much for the QSO. Always a good start to the morning, and hopefully catch up with you all tomorrow morning. So, from me, it would normally go to Colin, but the order seems to have gone a little bit awry, Colin, so perhaps you could throw it in the air. It should have gone to Ian, but we seem to have left Keith out somewhere away. D3TSK, I'm going to exit stage left quickly. D3DTD signing, wishing you all a very good morning.
Yep, you guys have left Mike out, EJM.
I'll just pick up and call. I've got it. Yeah, okay. He schedule and might return to the group. Okay, boys. Just bear with me while I have a little tweak here. Okay, I should be okay. Well, conditions are weird, aren't they, these days? What can we do? Anyway, a report for you, Dave. I didn't give you one last time. You went up to a vest for last Friday with me that time, Dave, and then down to the noise level again. So, you know, using that big microphone and the extra power makes a difference, Dave. So if you can keep that on, it'd be great. Colin, I've heard that audio from you, Colin. You were a good strong signal, but the audio seemed a bit distorted to me, you know, but nobody else has mentioned it, interestingly. Ray, your mod's very loud. It sounds really good. You got it right. As if you, Andy, your mod's lovely as well, very loud and nice, full quality. I'm not getting into a diesel engine, Ray. At all. Nothing. It's just some sound sensations down below. That's interesting, isn't it? And they use a double-sized 5RV for the aerial there, and it picks up some cross-modulation. It gets some cross-modulation from apparently from a transmitter that's just a few miles away over here. That has a radio Stoke transmitter on it, plus all the other things as well. So they get this cross-modulation with sort of data transmissions now and then. You've probably heard them on there. So FPH might be doing the same, I guess, you know, but I couldn't hear it, Ray, at all. What else? Comment on? The loop aerials. Well, mine is a higgledy-piggledy horizontal loop, Andy. It's all over the place, you know. It's pretty well horizontal, but it's not sort of level horizontal, if you know what I mean. And the theory is that it fires up at the ionosphere and it bounces back down pretty smartish. I guess that all depends on the condition of the ionosphere. The best loop I ever had on 80 metres was a vertical loop. I had a black and grey tree at one time, and it was at the top of that, and I had open wire feeders going to the top where it was fed at the apex at the top. And it did work really, really well, that. So I guess something like in an inverted V configuration is probably as good as anything, you know, or better probably. I don't know whether you're still listening, but you know about the peacocks and things. Well, just at the end of the road here is Trentham Gardens. It's a sort of big sort of, you know, lake and woods and shops and things, you know. And they've got a monkey park up there. They've got all these monkeys you have to pay to go in and see the things. I'm waiting for them to escape. Keep looking out the bedroom window in the mornings, hoping to see a monkey there, you know. But maybe they haven't come out yet. Okay. Thanks for the reports on the difference in the area. I can't draw any conclusions from it at all. It's making no difference on transmit. And sometimes it's better on receive, other times it's not. I guess that depends on the condition of the ionosphere again. Right. I was going to tell you all about my homebrew receiver, but there's a lot of online conditions that are deteriorating, so not too good. Now, I think it comes to you, Colin. G3TSK, G4 Echo, Juliet Mike.
Roger, okay, thank you very much indeed there. Most interesting. And, what are we doing here? Oh, yes. This is a new toy, you see. I'm not too sure what's happening half the time. Yeah. The meter has a lot lower, sort of, it's very, very dense meter. What I have here is a KW1000 amplifier, and it has quick heat valves, and it's very tame, very, very tame, grounded grid, very tame. I don't have to do any tuning on the DX40, it goes straight in, and if I switch the DX40 to my antenna direct or my area direct, there's no tuning necessary. But at the minute we've got about 60 watts there. But I opened the lid, you see, and before me are many exposed terminals with 10,000 volts. Now, I'm going to keep this, but there were two things. A couple of micro switches in the lid so it automatically goes off. The HD decays 15 seconds, so I'll have to have something like a bit of close space chicken wire across the section, which is quite large, to wrap me down on my hands into it, long enough for me to unscrew the screws and the 15 seconds to elapse, and then I might feel a bit safer. And Paul's quite right, of course. You get your 30 milliamps across you, and whether it's 250 volts or whether it's 2,500 volts, they don't make much difference. But it's cringe because I'm always been a low power lad, and if I multiply 60 by 4, 166, 26, 12, 36, 24, there you go, quite a bit of power, and it's more than I usually use, so it's a bit of trepidation. Till I get used to it. I don't care for loops, Mike, I don't care. I don't really understand how they work, and I think getting the two phases, I think as I mentioned, is the trick. And essentially it's a one frequency antenna, same as the dipole. So the dipole I think is more versatile. I'm not too keen on it. And going wiggly, yes, when you can have all sorts, but I'll tell you what, it's still a strong signal that's coming out, whether it's wiggly or not. A very strong signal. Making up experiments, I expend all your life doing that, I reckon, and still not perhaps come up with the same conclusion there. But it sounds very good to me anyway. Mike. Andy, you came through very well. You're doing a bridgework, vertical, rectifier, vertical loop. I generally, when I look at a rectifier, it's the peak inverse voltage that worries me, and I have a good reason sort of guesses regarding the current capacity. There's a peak inverse. I've lost a few because of that. There you go there. And yeah, with the 12 watts, it came through quite well. 19 cents, quite well, and I might restore. To my 20 watts. It depends. Light is worth a candle, as they say. And Keith regarded by Betty, there's a technique. I've got a 209 here, and it's at the end of the shaft here, and it's connected to a battery, so I'm totally devoid of mains, and I use it as a test. Whip it around, and I use that as a test piece. It's a nice receiver, and there is a technique. I think it was put in. I think what happens is there's contact resistance, and if you find it too deep and put a high voltage through it, for AC voltage through the contacts, you get rid of the contact resistance, and then the thing starts again. I think so, that's the way I did it anyway. And once it's going, but now it's got an inverter in. It's got an inverter in quite quiet. I look at that. I didn't know it. I thought it was commercial when I finished. Tell me that Paul made it well, there you go. That's it all, doesn't it? See, no more going. It looks smart. It really does look smart. So does your car, by the way. And I'll look carefully on that photograph. I can't remember whether you sent me anything before or not, but I know we did talk about it. And Ian's good. And so it's fine. So I'm going to make it my final. And I'm going to pass it over to you there, Keith. I'm on the DX-140. I've got it down to low power, so it's about 3 watts. So what's feeding into the KW. And I put a high power, low power switch on the DX-40. High power, low power. Anyway, it's on 3 watts, so 4 watts at the minute into the linear. And the linear's got a very, very good gain. At least 12 dB of gain there. So over to you there, Keith, and I'm going to make this my final, but I will listen, honestly. Cross my fingers. G3, XGW, G3, TSK, over.
G3TSK with a group, G3XGW back for a final. Well, conditions are very up and down today. I'm just wondering if it's another one of Trevor's high-speed streams causing problems. Paul, at one point you were down at strength 7, which is somewhat unheard of for your signal. And similarly, Andy, you dipped right down. And Ray. We've also got the fire-breathing dragon that's taken up residence on the frequency now, which is making a bit of a nuisance of itself. But the 4FPH SDR does have quite a lot of cross-mode problems, especially on 5 megs. I've noticed. I quite often switch it on. I can set AM on 5317. I think, somebody on there, and it turns out to be a commercial broadcast station. And you can see the spikes, and they're every 5 kcs. So it's not a medium wave. It's some shortwave cross mode. Otherwise, it would be 9 kcs, of course. But you know, beggars can't be choosers. I mean, I'm very grateful for it being there, for both of them being there, really. But they do have one or two issues. Probably the size of the aerial's just still a bit too much for the receiver front end. The hot green especially. Yes, okay on the KW1000, Colin. Yeah, that's nice. I wonder where that came from. I don't remember seeing that one come up in a VMARS auction. I do remember a while back seeing that there was one around, because I've been looking for one for some time, because I thought it would go rather nicely with my KW2000. So if you decide you're not happy with it, Colin, you want to move it on, then let me know. But I'm not sure if it has affected your mod in some way. It doesn't seem so punchy. Hard to tell, of course, with the QRM and the conditions as they are at the moment. But anyway, right, I must away. Okay, on the yes, actually thinking about it, Ray, you're right. I did have a radio with a vibrator in it once, and that was a car radio made by Radio Mobile. In my first car, which is a 1956 Austin A30, and most of the radio was in the boot. I seem to recall. Oh no, it wasn't. That's a different one. No, it was all there, but it was quite a small panel that went under the glove compartment. And it just got bigger and bigger as further back it went, and with valves in the back, of course. And that must have had a vibrator power supply for the front end, wasn't it? Because I think they used it. Even then, I think they managed to use a couple of, or maybe just one big germanium transistor, I think, for the audio output. But they hadn't got the frequencies for transistors for the front end, so they had to use valves. I'm fairly sure it was a vibrator. I thought maybe that was a vibrator, but yeah, it's interesting things. And the trick, Chris Sislovich reminded me of the trick of using mains on the things to clean the contacts. But I'd already opened it up, actually, and I just could not believe the amount of stuff around the contacts. And I think the rubber material that it's packed in, the Sorbo rubber, kind of sublimes on and then coats everything that's hot, I suppose. And it took ages and ages to scrape it off. But it works now, so it's quite a nice thing. Okay, wish you all a very good morning. From me it went to Dave, and I've no idea what you do with Japanese militaria. Somebody who might know might be Ben, G4BXD. He certainly has a lot of contact with Japan in terms of radio equipment, but weaponry I've absolutely no idea. So I'll put it to you, Dave, if you may not be copying me. If not, maybe Paul will pick it up. G8YFH, G3XGW.
G8YFH, are you still there, Dave? No, looks as though Dave's been called away. Well, I'll make this a final. I see I've drifted significantly high in frequency, so apologies for that. And 73 to you, Keith, and 73 to Ray, 73s to Colin, and yes, Colin, I didn't comment, but your audio is not as good today with that setup as it has been. It looks okay on the trace, but it's a bit harsh, if that's the right word. It's not the normal that rig has been giving, so I don't know if setting it down on low power has altered the modulation characteristics. It's perfectly readable, but it's not your usual dulcet tones. Mike was quite right to point it out, and I had the filters all screwed in anyway to avoid all the rubbish that we've had. And Keith, yes, Trevor said that there was a high-speed stream occurrence yesterday evening, so that is what is responsible for these weird conditions. And Andy, your bridge device, the only comment I would make, and again it's probably teaching you to suck eggs, is that a bridge rectifier of that vintage is going to be much larger than its modern counterpart. So the mere fact that it is large doesn't mean that necessarily it's going to be significantly high current. Rather depends what the terminals are like on it. If they're really meaty, then it's obviously designed to take quite a few amps, but if they're a bit spindly, they're not. And I've got 10 amp bridge rectifiers here that are probably 3 or 4 times larger than 50 amp modern bridge rectifiers. But you're quite right, if you put it on a load bank with obviously it bolted to some sort of heat sink, but the moment it starts to obviously get rather warm, you're exceeding its capabilities, so it'll give you an idea of what you can get away with. Won't tell you anything about the PIV. You'll only find that out when it blows up. But there you go. So I wish you luck with that one. And I think there's just you and Mike left. So have a great day, guys, and we'll catch you further down the log. G4 OJY M1 PVC, signing but listening.
Yeah, 1 PVC in the group, G4 OJY. Yes, all okay there, Paul. Yeah, well, the terminals that are coming out of it are the usual 1/4 inch blue car blade terminals. So I would have thought it would do a few amps, and as for the PIV, well, I'm only putting about 8 volts into it in order to create the heater supply for this 1154. So it's more the current carrying capability. I do have other bridges in the junk box, but it would have just been nice to use something from the junk box there and sort of use it up, as it were. Otherwise, you just tend to find that you accumulate more and more stuff and never use it there. Right, so please to everyone, have a good day there, and round to you there, Mike. G4EJM, G4OJY.
Are you still there, Keith? G4EJM.
Very, very weak signal there, Mike.
Yeah, you were called in, Mike, and it's for you to tie the ribbons. G4EJM, M1 PVC.
Okay. Well, I don't know what happened there, guys. Keith, are you still there, Blake? Oh, he's gone. Okay. Yeah. Okay, well, 730s, everyone. I was going to tell Keith, I know where there's a KW1000 linear going, so if you not this end. I'm not sure what's going on. Anyway, won't worry about it for now. Okay. Well, when you hear him on again, I find out to speak to him. I know where there is one, so if you can pass the message on. G4 Echo, Julie Mike clear.
Yep, 73 Mike G4OJY from clear.
G3WX2 on channel. Is anybody quick signal report?
Yeah, is that G3 Whiskey X-Ray Golf?
Yeah, that's Roger. Yeah, just coming out at the end, just coming the shop. Didn't catch your call sign there. G3WX2 listening?
Yeah, G3WXG G4OJY Golf for Oscar Juliet Yankee. Yeah, about 5 and 8:58. Name is Andy up near Durham, over.
Well, I think it's just G3 I'm not quite sure. I'm not checking you that well. You're probably about 1,007 or far not a QRM on the tower. 5,458. The channel seems very not QRM this morning. Few problems going on. I've just been listening in for a while now. There's a lot of interesting. Just wanted a quick report. So, just come down to your side, please, Dad.
Yes, it is Golf for Oscar Juliet Yankee. Golf for Oscar Juliet Yankee, over.
Well, I got it now. Thank you very much. I can't remember if it's Stone that has a 62 set. You have 62 set, Dan?
Negative, not the 62. I've got the 52 set receiver, but not the 62, over.
Put it back to I'm sorry, I think the conditions are just too challenging at the moment. I must be confusing of course some with G3 YJO, that must be it, yeah, that's probably what's happening. There's a few of these compounds that are, around the other round, and same reference in a different order, so I get a little bit confused now. I'm not trying to with you because I'm struggling with a bit confused. I'm going to look you up on QFS.com and see exactly where you are. So, thanks for coming back to my quick call. That's appreciated. And I'm just doing some work on the track, so I'll just go up and do that. I just thought it might be a couple of things to give you a call. Okay, G3WX, you have to G4, why wish you good morning, sure.
Yes, all okay there. Yeah, signals are going down a bit now with QSB, but perfectly readable. Okay, 73 G3WXG G4OJY.
So there's a thing for that. Well, I did copy that. Actually, I'm hoping to set up in the shack here with Hat Green as well, so I can, if I'm struggling or something, I can have a go listening on Hat Green. So that's the plan for the future. And that's a few days away now. Cheers, bye.